Bang bang! Howdy partners! My name is Jua Jin. 안녕하세요, 진주아입니다. Today guys, I have a big news. I finally have a microwave in our house. For 11 years, our house didn't have a microwave. And I always told my mom and dad, we really need a microwave because there's always emergency situations when you really want to have something made by the microwave. And because I didn't have it, I used to need to boil a pot and put in microwave available food, and usually just not really able to eat any microwave food. So I was really sad, and I always have been begging them, but my mom and dad was like, no, Jua, microwave food are not good for your body. It's not healthy, and scientifically it says that I don't want to buy it for you. And I was like, okay, because health is first, right? But sometimes there's some convenient food, you buy it from the convenience store, are only available to cook on the microwave, and I couldn't eat those food. So I was like, Mom and Dad, I'm 20 years old. Now I want to choose what I want to eat. And even if you buy me a microwave, I wouldn't eat microwave food every single day. So can't we buy one? Well, we can have popcorn together. I was like that. And my mom and dad loves popcorn. So we bought a microwave and it was only $70. Wow. I thought microwaves are much more expensive, and I think my mom and dad bought like a cheaper one because we don't use it every single day and we don't really need like a high quality microwave. But still, I like the color that it's white, and I was so excited when they went to the store to buy the microwave. Yay! And so I'll show you some videos of me cooking chicken sticks in the microwave. That was the first time ever using it. And also, we made popcorn because my mom and dad love popcorn. And when we used to live in America, we actually had a microwave in our house. So we used to make a lot of popcorn in the microwave. But after we came to Korea, we never had that chance. So we needed to buy popcorn snacks that are inside a bag. But those are not hot and yummy as we can eat on the microwave. So my mom was so excited. She bought some bunch of popcorns and we tried it out. So I also have that video for you guys. Yay!
여기를 잡아당겨야 된다. 아니, 뒤인다.
응. 맛있겠다.
먹을까?
근데 별로 안 달콤하다.
근데 여기다 그걸 넣을 수가 없어. 그건 안 돼.
생각보다 CGV에서
이게 CGV야.
CGV에서 먹는 달콤한 맛 나진 않아.
그 간이 700와트야.
그치? 아까 중감이 얼마야?
중간은 모르겠어. 그거 강으로 해.
강? 나 안 먹는데? 근데 먹어봐봐 조금만.
이거 썰사한 거 맛이야.
근데 맛있긴 해.
맛있네.
근데 좀 시집에서 기본 맛?
응. 나
에서
기본 맛 좋아해.
조금
나 기본 맛 좋아해.
조금 생각보다 엄청 달콤하진 않고 그냥 기본 맛보다 조금 달콤해.
엄청 달아.
뭐 엄청 달아?
아빠는 너무 달아 이거 지금.
그래? So that was the video. If you guys have anything that your parents prevent you from buying or something you bought that took you so long to buy, tell me on the comments. I'll give you an example of what took me so long to buy. My parents usually don't use a lot of money on objects or things. They usually buy yummy food or they use money for quality education. So they don't think it's a waste if they buy books for me or pencils and all the things I use for studying. But they usually don't buy me expensive material that they think I don't really need it. So for example, it took me 15 years to buy my own phone. So I didn't have a phone until I was 15 years old. And I would always beg them, Mom and Dad, I need a phone. Everyone has it. If I have an emergency, how am I going to call you? And there were times when I needed to borrow my friend's phone, when I need to call my mom and dad, or I couldn't be on classroom group chats. So I needed to borrow my mom's phone to look at the group chat messages. And also because it took me so long having my own phone, I got to know when I was bullied in middle school, there were people who were posting mean things about me on Facebook or on YouTube, like me sleeping at school. Like I slept in a resting time and they took pictures of me sleeping and they made a video out of it, or they would really say bad things about me online. And because I didn't have a phone, I didn't even know that was there. And it took me 8 months or 10 months after that was uploaded when I got to hear from a friend that those things were online. And if I had a phone, I could have done something right away. When I was 15, I finally got one. And I was really satisfied. And the reason why my mom and dad didn't want to buy a phone for me was that they didn't want to spend money on the paychecks for the phone. And also they thought I'm young, so I would be so easily addicted to the phone. But I understand their point of view, but still it was so annoying that I was the only one in our whole classroom who didn't have a phone. And because I'm born in 1999, I saw all the people that surround me have folder phones before smartphones came out. And then also when touch phone came out, smartphones came out. I didn't have a phone until Samsung Note 5 was out. And that was my first phone. And I was really happy when I had it. But I don't know. My mom and dad has this thing. If they don't want it for me, they don't really buy it until I beg for years and years. So if you have a strict parent or parents like me, comment down below. And also, giving you a second example is my mom and dad didn't want to buy me a bicycle, and I always wanted one. So I needed to pray every single day and beg them every single day. And it took 5 years finally to buy a bicycle. So that was really sad. Telling you the reason why my mom and dad didn't buy me a bicycle was that my mom's cousin brother died from bicycling. He was sitting on the back of the bicycle, behind the bicycle seat, and there was somebody who was his friend was bicycling, and he sat in the back of that person, and then a big truck came and just smashed them. The person who was bicycling didn't die. He was really badly injured, but my mom's cousin brother died right away because he was in the back seat. And I think my mom was really shocked that a really close relative died by bicycling. So I used to have a bicycle when I used to live in Texas and also California, but my mom would always look after me and we would go to a place, like for example, a big park that no cars are there, and she would always look at me where I'm bicycling, and I would have my helmet and all my safety guards on. And after we moved to Korea, my mom was like, in Korea, there's not much big parks, and I can't look after you every time you bicycle. So I'd be scared if you go on and bicycle by yourself. So just please understand me. So that's why I couldn't really demand them to buy me a bicycle, but I love bicycling. So it was really depressing not having a bicycle for a long time. So I would pray every single day to God that, please, I really want a bicycle. I know what my mom means, but still. So now I have 2 bicycles, and how did I get them? So I was keep on praying and praying, and when I turned 14, at our church, we had like a big event, so they would give out presents to people randomly. So they would draw out a number, and if you have that number, you would get some presents. And our church was giving out bicycles, and I was like praying so hard. I was like, God, I've been praying for about 5 years because I want a bicycle, and I know my mom and dad would never buy me one, and I really need one. So this is my chance. Like, God, you need to give this to me. I was like praying so hard. And when they gave out 10 bicycles, and when the 8th person got one, I was like, oh, there's now only 2 bicycles left, and maybe I'm not gonna have that chance. That's so sad. And I was like really, really, really depressed. And then they drawed a number, and the person wasn't coming out, and my dad was like, oh man, like that number is so close to mine, like one number higher than the number I have, then we could have got that bicycle. And I was like, really? Oh, see, like I never got drawn by anything. So they're like, oh, they're so lucky. And I was like, wow, the people who got that's so lucky. And then my dad was like, what's your number? And I checked, and it was my number. So I was like screaming so hard. I was like, God, really? You're giving me a bicycle? And I was like crying, and I ran out there and got that bicycle. And my mom was like, yeah, like you prayed so hard, you begged so hard. So I think God really wanted you to get a bicycle. So if you promise me you will drive safely, then I'll try to understand. She was like that. So after that, I would bicycle around so much, and I'm alive safely. I never had an accident. So happy when I got that bicycle. When I went up to high school, the bicycle I used to have was too small for me. So I saved up a lot of pocket money and asked my dad that I need a bicycle because my school was a little bit far away, and it was too far to walk every time. And my dad was like, okay, now because you've been safely driving your own bicycle, you can get one. So we went to buy a bicycle. So those 3 things: microwave, which I took 11 years to buy it; my phone, my first phone, which took me 15 years to buy it; and lastly, my bicycle, which took me 5 years to get it. Well, I didn't buy it, but still. So guys, tell me anything that took you so long, or you want something right now and you still can't get it, or anything you want to say. So thanks for watching till now, and I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless you. Bye bye. 안녕.